you know what? I'm a victim of my own success. I don't need clickbait. I don't need it. I don't need to put like, oh my God, this might be my last blah, 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 to try and draw people. I don't need it. I don't fucking need it. I just stand on the quality of what I say and how right I am all the goddamn time. And then that's that. I don't have to. All right. Some people, though, have to rely on a lot of thumbnail action to get people to come by. And look, it works for them. But maybe this is what the algorithm requires to kick the bot farm into gear. And I'll give you an example. How about this? This, ladies and gentlemen, for those that you don't know, this is on the left. That's Rusty Trombone. That's apparently the face he makes when someone walks in on him sexually assaulting a woman, and it's not one of his buddies that will bar the door so she can't get out. At least those are the details of one of the cases against him right now. Also, you might notice that all three of these men have multiple valid sexual assault charges or accusations against them, including him, whose defense against did you sexually assault your babysitter when she was watching your children was, I'm no angel, I never said I was. That dude. Also, by the way, I don't know about Rusty Trombone. Both of these motherfuckers are on the Epstein flight logs. So, of course, if RFK is going to endorse someone, he's going to endorse the guy who said to Fox News, I'm not sure I would release the rest of the Epstein documents. That in and of itself, I mean, everybody wonders, when did Trump secure the RFK endorsement? I think during that interview. That's my guess. But anyways, I'm not going to do all of this because I don't have time for it and nobody needs this in their life. But this is Rapey McToolface over here talking to also Rapey McToolface about maybe Rapey McToolface over here is going to support this Rapey McToolface.
My driver's license is in New York. My car is registered in New York.
Oh, this fucking shit. Like, he posted this video about why he can't get on ballots because he lied on his residency stuff.
My law license is in New York. I pay income taxes in New York more than any other state.
This is Russell Brand reporting to you live from the middle of a DDoS attack. We are under cyber attack right now. This is a period where information is a valuable commodity. And even the apparent frivolity...
Oh, fuck off. No, you are not. It's an ad. Eat shit.
The establishment does not want that guy in power. What have you...
You know what? The establishment. Hey, asshole. 5% of the perceived electorate wants that guy may be in power or might just be saying it just to fuck with the people that are in power. Fuck the establishment. The public doesn't want that guy in power. The fucking public.
What do you say about Bobby Kennedy? He has been pretty open and vocal when it comes to his condemnation, say, of Big Pharma. You don't let me...
What? Sorry, condemnation of Big Pharma? No, he isn't. He avoided condemning Big Pharma. He wrote a book called The Real Anthony Fauci. He didn't write a book called The Real Pfizer. He didn't write a book called The Real Moderna. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you go the Pfizer, Moderna, fucking Johnson & Johnson, the three horses of the apocalypse, a vaccine sex novel, or whatever the fuck you'd call it? Why just attack the dude who runs the government agency? And by the way, do you think any of those companies only do shit in the United States? Like, the FDA has to clear the drugs that Pfizer and Moderna and Johnson & Johnson use in the United States, right? Right? That's the FDA, CDC, and the NIH are the ones that oversee it being released here. But do you think they only put out the drugs that they put out in the United States? You think they stop at our fucking borders? You think they don't put out drugs that are okayed by other countries, or even in countries that don't have an FDA or an equivalent? What part does Anthony Fauci play in Johnson & Johnson experimenting with malaria drugs in other countries where they don't have rules about it? What part do they play in that at all? Yeah, Novavax. There's a bunch of companies. Right. Point is, he's not attacking Big Pharma. He's attacking one dude. Why is he attacking one dude? Because fuckwads like this have an audience full of people that'll buy a book where you attack Anthony Fauci, but the rest of them all get the shots their kids need for school to send them there because they don't want their kid to die of fucking whooping cough or polio, you tit.
Let me know in the comments and chat what you think about the...
Oh, by the way, this is just, outrage farming. This fucker does this every time. Let me know in the chat below. Say something in the chat. Apparently that works. I mean, I don't need it because... literally, the internet is full. I don't have any room for more viewers. But if you guys want to write something in the chat below on whatever site you're on, I'm sure, if the words will fit, if there's room for the words,
failings and fallibility of those two political individuals. But I will tell you this, the tyranny that you must fear most of all is the kind of technological feudalism that is being augured right now. And glance if you...
Motherfucker, you're live on 3 sites every day. He didn't lose his account on YouTube. He's still on. He's got to deal with Rumble. They dual post all this kind of shit. He's still on Twitter. I don't know if he has a Facebook page because I don't give a fuck, but I'm sure he could have one if he wanted one, or he still does. Right?
Will, if you dare, at the spectacle of the DNC, where greatest hits are being played, where hypocrisy is being relayed, where billionaires are being condemned, then trotted out and celebrated, all in a matter of moments.
Sorry, which billionaires are being trotted out? I mean, besides Oprah, I know. Is it really the fact that she was like a billionaire that you have a problem with? Anyways, this is a raging pile of shit.
Do you think the only way to derail this train is with a Bobby Kennedy-Trump alliance? Well, all of a sudden, it's part of the conversation.
Yeah, it's not gonna derail shit. Like, there's literally, like, the Trump voters that went to him because they didn't want to vote for Trump aren't going to go back because he asks them to. And anybody else who was allegedly coming from the Democratic side isn't going to go to Trump on this. Like, what the fuck?
Many of us thought that Trump would name Bobby Kennedy as his VP, but we all know in that...
Who's many? You and 3 other dudes you do mushrooms with? What are you talking about?
Million-year-ago moment of the attempted assassination, things got a little hyperbolic and hubristic around the RNC, and I think that many of them thought it's a done deal, you can appoint any VP you want. But it seems in the Kamala...
Sorry. Because he was assassinated, that gave Trump the power to... Oh, wait, hold on. I think I know which guy you're talking about. Give me 1 second. Because this dude's fucking magic. I don't know if you've seen this. Yeah, he could have picked Bobby Kennedy, just for the action of it. But, yeah, here we go. This is... Yeah, here it is. This one. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to bring this up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Rusty Trombone over there is like, hey, he could pick anyone he wants. He could have been in a situation where he was up against it and he would have to, even though he was supposedly winning in the polls. He could have picked, many of us thought, me and my producer, who's a complete fucking lunatic, thought that RFK Jr. would be his running mate, and then he almost got shot, he got clipped in the ear with a piece of his fucking teleprompter, and then he could pick anyone, so he decided to double down and pick the perfect guy. Oh, always perfect. And if you don't believe me, check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you, excuse me, sometimes voices make tickle my throat. Yeah. I give you J.D. Vance in a random donut shop.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man? Okay, yeah. She doesn't want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything. Appreciate that, man.
Just cut her out of anything. But I'll just keep having a conversation with her as if she didn't fucking just say that. Yeah.
I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Good to see you.
Okay.
Halloween work.
I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president. Nice to see you. Okay.
Good.
I've been here since the beginning of July
Okay.
of this year.
Okay. Good. How about you, sir?
Also, what the fuck is up with his hair? Did he go get one of those like white supremacist mop top? Like honest to God, it looks like he was. Here's as someone who travels all the time, spends a lot of time on planes, and doesn't always have long flowing locks like I have right now. When you have short hair, that's neck pillow hair right there. That's nap hair, ladies and gentlemen. So if you sleep on a chair back, on an airplane, right? And you're on a plane that doesn't have a bed, so you lean it back as far as you want, and then you got a fucking neck pillow. He's totally got fucking neck pillow hair. Either that, or he's growing a plant out of the top of his head.
Almost 2 years.
Okay. Good. Just everything. Yeah.
Okay, good. And now, the art of ordering donuts.
There'll be a lot of glazed here, some sprinkle stuff, some of these cinnamon rolls, just whatever makes sense. Always place it around.
Just whatever makes sense. Donuts make sense, motherfucker. Donuts. Whatever makes sense. I don't know you. What? Why don't you just shit? Tell me. Tell me you don't know yourself or your staff or fucking donuts without telling me you don't know yourself or your staff or fucking donuts. You have no idea. You didn't even ask. You're going to a donut place. Hey, I'm going to do the ordering or whatever. What do you guys want? Just fucking, I don't know, throw some shit in a box. You're killing it with the whole weird with the line and a circle and line through it. Man, just beating that shit to death. Yeah, you're driving, you got the pedal to the metal and you're driving straight into retraction town. Stop calling me weird. How long has this place been around? Sir, I'm married and I'm half your age.
About 4 years.
About 4 years? Okay.
Yeah, about 4 years. Post-pandemic. We've been open since Joe Biden's been president, and we're doing fine. Get the fuck out of here.
How long have you been here?
Jesus Christ, who cares? Why is that your go-to question? I gotta say. What, like, this is odd. That seems to be his only fucking question.
A little over 6 months.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. 6 months since the beginning, end of July, 2 years. Got it. And this place has been here 4 years. Check. Okay, get that on the list. We got all the numbers. Thanks. I'm a human LinkedIn profile. That's what I'm here for. I'm from LinkedIn. I'm here to personally update your profile. Jesus Christ.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, the zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us in here. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't know, the whole zoo, it's just wild. I don't know, you come in there, you're in like a suit. You're boring as fuck. I mean, it's just like having a fucking bonobo running around throwing shit. It's just, I was like, holy shit. When did we become one of the fucking stands at the zoo selling donuts? Gee, the zoo coming to town. She's like, I don't want to be on film because I know about you motherfuckers rolling in here and pretending we like you. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus. But no one can disagree that Trump, at that point, he very well, he was, the establishment was trying to muscle him into a position where he'd have to take RFK Jr. And then when somebody took a poke at him, all of a sudden, He's free to pick whoever he wants, according to Rusty Trombone, and he picks RFK Jr. because of his dazzling personality and his deep and abiding connection to working class America as a venture capitalist.
With the mainstream media fully on side, once again, we have a potential battle on our hands. So, is it possible that Bobby Kennedy and Donald Trump could join forces? And is that exactly what we need, particularly when currency is under attack, when free speech is under attack?
Currency? Currency? Oh, I get it. He gets paid by Russia or China through crypto. And he can't take it out immediately because it gets taxed once you convert it into an actual currency in whatever country you're in. And so he keeps it in that, and they pay him, and then he's watching the value go down. And yeah, that's what he means. Yep.
Even our humble streaming show is literally under cyber attack. If you watch the streams live, you'll see those attacks happening live. So there's...
What are you talking about? What do you, you're not getting a DDoS attack on your individual fucking show, you absolute moron. Like, if your neighborhood has a fucking internet outage, it's not the establishment coming for you, asshole.
Let's have a look at Nicole Shanahan discussing the very real possibility that Bobby Kennedy and Donald Trump might yet join forces.
I did not put in tens of millions of dollars to be a spoiler candidate. I put in tens of $millions to win.
Yeah, but what you're trying to win was the ability to be in a position to make IVF impossible for anybody who needs it. You fucking Looney Tune.
To fix this country, to do the right thing.
Did you though? Did you though?
I will say that Clear Choice, this PAC, this DNC aligned PAC, that
PAC is spelled with just a C, because it's Political Action Committee, but that's just it's not the translation's fault.
Was created specifically to take us out, has spent millions of dollars to take us out. They have unfortunately turned us into a spoiler.
What? You were always going to be a spoiler, if anything at all. You were always going to be a waste of time and a blip, and because of who you chose to join. He picked her as his running mate because she paid for the fucking campaign. That's who she, by the way, that's who she's talking about. This is RFK Jr.'s running mate who gave him $10 million for the campaign. She created this PAC, and then she funded the campaign. That's who she is. That's RFK Jr.'s VP as an independent. That's who this is. Just so you know, a lot of people don't. She's paying for it. She's and the idea that you really think you're just going to knock out both parties first fucking go around. And by the way you're going to do it is buying yourself the cheapest Kennedy. Yeah, that's her. Julia, yeah. By the way, hit that like, Hal Sparks, Mega Worldwide, blah, 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 super chats, etc. I keep fucking forgetting to say it.
And we don't want to be a spoiler. We wanted to win.
You might. Or you might not, I suppose. You might be just delusional. RFK Jr. wants to be a fucking spoiler.
And we wanted a fair shot. The DNC made that impossible for us. They have...
By the way, Tommy Bilu, the guy, host, I know he considers himself a biohacker, and I know he's got everybody on his show. I've seen a few of his episodes. Impact Theory has really carved themselves a niche, and they should stay away from politics because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He doesn't look well. He doesn't look good. And I understand, we're looking at, I've seen a bunch of their stuff on anti-aging and that kind of stuff. Because I'm obviously, way ahead of the curve on that. But one of the things everybody says is near starvation level of caloric intake to extend your life. And no, not good. There's all kinds of problems with that. Just keep yourself in relatively good shape for the next 10 years, and then we'll reach escape velocity because they'll create proteins through AI doing it. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, he just looks bad. Maybe he's just got COVID. Who knows?
Shadow Bandas kept us off stages, manipulated polls, used lawfare against us, sued us in every possible state. They've even planted insiders into our campaign.
Dun, dun, dun.
To disrupt it and to create actual legal issues for us. I mean, the extent by which the sabotage.
Wait a minute. You hold the fucking phone. You pilfer Democratic organizations for staff. You buy these people into your organization. You get some disenfranchised or disaffected former Dems to join your fucking campaign. And then when they realize you're full of shit and he's gross and full of shit, or he tries to put the moves on them or whatever the fuck he's doing on the road, and they decide to go, fuck this dude, and they tell everybody what the fuck you guys are up to, suddenly that's the DNC planting people in your organization, not you trying to steal staff. Fuck off.
They've unleashed upon us. It's mind-blowing. I mean, we're still learning new ways that they have sabotaged us.
Yeah, I'm sure RFK told you all about them.
I really wanted a fair shot at this election, and I believed in the America that a little girl, pledged an allegiance to.
All right. She's genuinely near tears right now, and I'm finding myself feeling empathetic to that moment because it's a very high stress thing. It's a very high stakes thing. However, as a grown woman who's not a little girl, fuck you. Stop pretending this should have been a cakewalk and everybody's just going to roll over and let you join forces for and finance the biggest anti-vax campaign we've ever seen and throw your support behind a dude who's directly responsible for, I want to say it wasn't Haiti. It was like the Dominican Republic or whatever, the dude down there cutting off all the vaccinations and they had dozens of kids die because RFK talked this fucker into, turning them into a petri dish, essentially, by saying, don't get vaccinated, you'll be fine. And then they had a bunch of people die. Right? And throwing your support behind a dude Samoa, thank you. So behind a dude who was on the fucking Epstein flight logs. What are you talking about?
And that is not where we are today. And it's not because of the Republican Party taking us out. It is exclusively because of the Democratic Party taking
that's because the Republican Party is too busy taking themselves out.
Us out. And I am so disappointed I ever helped them. I am so disappointed that I helped Chuck Schumer in that Georgia runoff secure a majority. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes of my life.
Oh, right. So what? So Trump could have passed a nationwide abortion ban earlier, or?
And it's really devastating. So to answer your question, we are not spoilers. That was.
Yeah, you're not now. You're not now because you're failing. You're not spoilers because I'll tell you why she thinks they're not spoilers. Because she's not spoilers for the Democratic Party. Nobody on our side fucking fell for it. And we don't have a bunch of rando Roseanne anti-vaxxer QAnon fuckheads looking for somebody to line up after. That's Trump.
It was never our motivation. We really wanted a fair shot. I think had we had a fair shot, we would have won.
You're a silly person. You if you had a fair shot, you want to talk about a fair shot? If I want to run for president, I don't get to be a fucking Kennedy when I start on day one. What's fair about that? When I become President Sparks, first of his fucking line. And I also don't have a dipshit buddy whose single purpose in life is to eliminate IVF, so she'll toss me $10 million to make noise all over the fucking country pretending we can win. So don't give me a fucking fair shot bullshit. You want a fair shot? Go find a no name and back their campaign, dummy. Are you nuts? Fair shot. Nobody gets a fair shot running against a Kennedy. A fair shot to spend my $10 million on a fucking Kennedy running for office on an anti-vaxxer ticket. Get the fuck out of here. Good Lord. Do you think she can hear herself? Tell us in the comments below. Do you think she can actually hear herself? Do you think she... All right.
I still would love to see in the last 80 days of this election some miracle play out where we get a chance to debate.
Here's what I would go do a full press conference, the two of you together. Trump can pull these off. They're bullshit. Why not?
I don't think they're going to let us. Given this, I think we are taking a very serious look at making sure that the people that have corrupted our fair and free democracy do not end up in office in November.
Obviously, by the way, for those of you that might be confused, she does not mean the guy who sent a bunch of his supporters to attack the Capitol and install himself as president when he lost the last time. Just to be clear, because you might think from what she's saying that that's what she's... No.
It's hard. I mean, it's really hard, Tom, to say these words because it's also acknowledging how bad things are.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. They're not bad. They're worse. Because you're going to lose. And your money's going to go up in smoke. But you're not going to lose that money. That money, you're going to make that money back because there'll be an army of dipshits on the internet that you can hook some udders up to and milk for all they're worth as kind of like a sub-MAGA following and all that kind of shit. All right? You'll get that. But it's far worse because you hitched yourself to an immoral, grotesque wagon of a man who is directly responsible for bullshitting children to death and answering charges of sexual assault by going, I was no angel, I never said I was. I don't know if you know this is a huge drop off from angel to rapist. There's a huge drop off from angelic behavior to sexual assault. Right? Yeah, I'm just saying, you're going to have to start talking in the gray area, Miss Honesty at the expense of everything else. Good fucking God.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the words. Do you guys see any path to victory at this point?
All right. Now he's just being mean.
I mean, technically, if we can stay on the ballots, we've qualified for all the ballots now, which is like an enormous feat. Like you don't understand. The system was designed after Ross Perot to keep this from ever happening again, and we accomplished it. So technically,
no, it wasn't. Hey, stupid! It was not designed after Ross Perot to stop this from ever happening again. It was designed after Ross Perot to keep somebody from just running as a third party in some states to fuck the electoral college to guarantee that somebody on one side or the other could skate into the White House on the Electoral College after losing, everybody splits the fucking popular vote 3 ways evenly. One person wins all the electoral votes because they've set it up that way. And then they reward the spoiler candidate who sniped the ones that they were never going to get from the other party. It was a manipulation of the Electoral College that they were trying to do, which is why it had to be a higher standard to get on every ballot in the country before you become a nationwide candidate. So you couldn't fuck the system for one party or the other and then be given a fucking cabinet position, which is exactly what RFK was shooting for with Trump. My God, woman.
We could win. We could absolutely win still.
Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I suppose there's some version of reality, and where you ever see the movie The One with Jet Li? Like if a presidential election version of that movie happens and you're in subplot B.
The problem is if you censor a candidate as we've been censored, people don't get a chance to even hear us.
You're not censored. You're not censored anywhere. You're being interviewed on a YouTube channel right now that has like 8 million viewers. No one has stopped you from, like, MSNBC would interview you, or would have early in the campaign when it was, I guess, when she'd first entered it, before she went off the rails and was blathery.
So, there's 2 options that we're looking at, and one.
Yes, one is fuck, and the other is off. Or is that one?
One is staying in, forming that new party, but we run the risk of a Kamala Harris and Waltz presidency because we draw votes from Trump.
That's kind of an interesting admission, wouldn't you say? Because he was, he's from a storied family with a background in the Democratic Party and royalty, really, in many ways. His father and his uncle, certainly his other uncle, you'd think they would pull from the Democratic Party, and that was the idea in the beginning, if you'll recall. Yeah? I mean, right now she's just essentially admitting it. We've got to get out. We're pulling Trump. We're pulling votes from Trump, and we were supposed to be. We're being. This was supposed to be a lucrative run for me and for RFK Jr. and get a reward out of it by basically hamstringing the Democrats.
We draw somehow more votes from Trump, or we walk away right now and join forces with Donald Trump, and we walk away from that and we explain to our base why we're making this decision.
Well, I don't think there is an explanation for it. I mean, it's obvious. Like I said, we know why. Let me be abundantly clear. Chat room, let's be clear. It's you and me, just you and me here. The reason RFK Jr. would drop out and join forces with Donald Trump is because Donald Trump said on Fox and Friends that he will not release the Epstein documents. And at that point, RFK Jr.'s only hope for more of this stuff not spilling out about him comes from Donald Trump. And at that point, that was the threat. That was the promise for the reward. That's the quid pro quo in this. Yeah. Just saying. She doesn't have a piece of that I know of. I don't know if it's not like she was friends of, Ghislaine Maxwell, right? Or something like that. But anyways, so I don't need to see any of fucking Rusty Trombone's, the rest of his bullshit take on this, because he doesn't have one. There's just an ad for coffee and whatever his bullshit is. It's not necessary. But I just thought you'd like to see where that was the full clip, or the most of it that came to everybody's attention, that says he's going to drop out tomorrow and he's going to give his throw his support behind Trump, which is, by the way, not going to help Trump at all. It's going to be a bunch of "I told you so," and this was always bullshit, and he was always meant to be a spoiler against the Democrats, and he's basically been and again, it didn't work. They're not spoilers, not because they didn't want to be, because nobody fell for it. That's why. You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. I think that shows taste and breeding on your part. Chat room, like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. Patreon.com/Hal Sparks. The 30th, I'm doing stand-up at Flappers. We're back on to our relatively normal schedule. And I'll be doing stand-up at Flappers for all of our patrons. I will be live streaming that. So a free comedy show a month. Yeah, that's not bad. Already. Tim Pool is going to flip out. Yeah, Tim Pool's is going to have a meltdown. Because he can't. Well, the thing is, Tim Pool is a Trump suck as well. Thank you, Melinda. Tim Pool is a Trump suck as well, but RFK Jr. gave him the ability to pretend he isn't. That's what RFK Jr. was there to do. Give a bunch of people the illusion of being independents. They could talk about it all they want, and then they go into the booth and they vote for Trump. That's the idea. Yeah. How did you rest a bit? No, I did not, CN. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. Flappers will be in Los Angeles and Burbank. Sunny downtown Burbank, California. If you're a Patreon and you want to come to the show and you're in the area at all, it can be you and a guest for free. True of all my personal stand-up shows. The only time I don't do that is when I can't, when I'm on a tour with like Sexy Liberal, and so I can't give tickets away because it affects everybody. But if it's my own solo show and you're a Patreon subscriber at any level, you get to bring you and a guest to the shows. I mean, come on, it's pretty good deal. Just saying, overall, and it's all new too.